can't believe I considered riding outside today. This is the current temperature. Check it out. Yeah, I think that is the definition of Baltic. So no riding outside today. So instead, let's take a look at some of the better purchases that I have made cycling related in 2024. Did I stick to my budget? What is that budget that you speak of? In my last video, I said I didn't spend a lot of money and I held to my budget in 2024. But when you start rummaging through items to make this video, you realize, I guess I did spend quite a bit of money in 2024 and I'm not too sure I stuck to my budget. What are some of the better items that I purchased in 2024? 2024 saw me investing in a frame pump for my bikes. I decided to splash out and invest in this Silca Impero frame pump 2.0. Do I like it? Yeah, I like it a lot. I have used it once. It does the job. It does push a lot of air in a fraction of the time that it would take if you had a smaller frame pump or a smaller pump. It looks really good when it sits on the top tube, underneath the top tube. It's a classic look and it's a classic design and it's made very well. I do have one issue with this frame pump though. As you can see here, I've attached the frame pump to the top tube of the Velo Orange, but I've needed to put some Velcro straps in place to hold it in place. Aesthetically, I find that's not the best, but it is the best solution for keeping it in place. So for whatever reason, this is a size 58, which is too large for my bikes. These are spring loaded. So the purpose of that is you attach one side to the seat tube and the other side to your headset, and the spring will keep it in place. So this is a 58, too large for my bikes. I did get a 56, which I find is a little too small for my bikes. It will sit in place, but if you hit anything, any turbulence on your bike, I have found that this frame pump ends up getting loosened and jettisoned from the bike. That happened to me a couple of times, which sucked, because one time it actually went out in traffic. Thankfully, that it didn't get run over and I managed to retrieve it. So I've had to put those Velcro straps in place on the Velo Orange to hold it in place. And so far so good. It hasn't budged at all. But yeah, when you need one of these, you certainly be happy that you have one. Purchased in 2024, Silca frame pump. I actually bought something in 2024 that I really needed. I don't have many long sleeve cycling jerseys for those cooler days. I have winter jackets, I have some woolly base layers, I have gilets, I have arm warmers, but I don't have too many long sleeves. So I went to the archive section of the Rapha website. Rapha or Walmart, let's go with Rapha. Rapha, not the cheapest cycling gear out there, but certainly not the most expensive. I see you, Café du Cycliste. But they do make some pretty good stuff. They've been hammered a bit over the years. There's, about the cost of the stuff. The materials I think are pretty good, but I think the materials are pretty ubiquitous across a lot of cycling lines. But they've been hammered a bit lately, a lot in the press about losing a shit ton of money. But I have always had success with Rapha. I'm a size small right across the board. So when I do order it online, we don't have a Rapha store here in Ottawa, so I can't go try it on. I've always been very lucky. The one item that I didn't have a lot of luck with, the sizing was fine, it was their rain jacket. It's not breathable. You know what it's like when you put a rain jacket on that doesn't breathe. You're wetter on the inside than you would be if you didn't have it on. Anyways, I digress. So I went to the archive section and I found this beauty. This is their Pro Team Thermal long sleeve. It's got a thermal layer on the inside. It is pro cut, so don't expect to get too many other pieces underneath this piece of kit. But it's the little things that make a difference with Rapha. You know, they've got this little zip here on the back for a key or a credit card or something, but also at the cuff. down here on your wrist. It binds nicely, so you're not going to get a lot of wind flowing up here. Yeah, it fits really well. It feels luxurious, and it wasn't horribly expensive. I think if you didn't buy this through the archive section of their website, it'd be pretty pricey. But I think I only paid 150 bucks, something like that, which is pretty decent for Rapha. So yeah, Rapha long sleeve Pro Team jersey purchased in 2024. While we are on the topic of kits, I usually buy 1 to 2 full kits per year. That might be a bit excessive, but that's what I do. 2024 was no different. I bought 1 full kit, and it is from our friends at Attacus. I don't know if you can see this, but it's a pretty nice pink fade. This is Attacus's. This is the Attacus Foundation jersey. It, again, much like the Rapha one, is a pro cut, so it does hug you in all the right places. Super comfortable, fits very well. This is a size small. And I also went full kit, and I got their navy blue bib shorts. This is the 3rd pair of Attacus bib shorts that I've purchased. The chamois is excellent. It holds up and is super comfortable and not too bulbous. Sometimes the bib short can protrude a little bit like a chimpanzee's ass, but these very subtle and cushiony and comfortable for long rides. The other thing that has bothered me in the past with lesser brands is the leg gripper. There's nothing worse than you're out on a ride and what was a long short ends up being a nut hugger because the gripper isn't doing its job on your thigh. But Attacus has always done a very good job with this gripper. It's not too intrusive. It's not too binding, it doesn't leave any marks, and it does its job and holds the bib short in place. Good job, Attacus. Attacus Foundation kit purchased in 2024. I am a big fan of sunglasses. I'm a big fan of cycling sunglasses. I usually upgrade my glasses once every 2 to 3 years. I am a big fan of the POC Aspire, but in 2024 I went with these puppies. These are the 100% Slendales. What drew me to these sunglasses? Well, first of all, I think they look dope. I like the purpleness of them. I like the translucent frame. The semi-mirroring of the lens is super cool. So I've been riding these in 2024 and I like everything about them. Light, don't really notice them too much on your face, and you look like $1 million. So yeah, 100% Slendales. They're gonna get me through the rest of the year and probably well into 2025. Like them a lot. Did purchase another pair of sunglasses in 2024. These are yet another pair of POC Aspires, but these ones weren't for me. These ones were for Linda. She's always had her eye on my POC Aspires. I have 2 pairs. I have a light blue pair and I have a white and orange mirrored lens pair, which are super great. I've always been a big fan of the POC Aspires, so I sourced these for Linda. These have a nice pink and black fade. She's a big fan, loves them, wears them all the time. So yeah, new sunnies purchased in 2024. 2024 was a good year for bike computer upgrades. I've been looking at upgrading my Garmin 530 for some time. So the planets aligned and I decided to get myself a Garmin 540. So here's the 530. You can see that the 540 is a little bit larger in size. Battery life, the battery life on this 530 is still good. This is a hand-me-down to Linda now. She's enjoying it. This is a big upgrade over, I think she had the 510 before. The battery life on that was atrocious. As you know, the battery life just over time just wears down and it doesn't hold the charge anymore. But the 530 is now Linda's and I went with the 540. Slightly larger footprint. I'm assuming it has a faster, newer processor, faster, newer GPS unit in there as well. And again, it has the pins on the back. So if you're going for an extended ride and you want the additional battery pack, you can attach that to the back of this. The 530 also has those pins on the back. What I really like about this is the battery life. Battery life is phenomenal. Garmin Edge 540 upgraded in 2024. So I bought this quite late in 2024 for the express purpose of setting up some tires tubeless. I think you basically need this kind of pressure overdrive chamber if you don't have a compressor. Now, these days, I think tubeless technology, tubeless tire technology has come a long way, and you can actually, with some tires, set them up with just your basic floor pump. See my video from a couple of weeks ago where I set up a set of woven carbon wheels, tubeless. This worked a little bit, but I actually had more success with the floor pump. Anyways, I'm not giving up hope. This wasn't super cheap. This is a Lenzine pressure overdrive pump. Again, what you need to do is build up the pressure in here up to around 140 psi, and then you release it with this foot pedal, and blows the air into your tires, thus seating them properly. But I'm going to hold on to this for a little bit, and I think it will come in handy down the road. But yeah, Lenzine pump purchased in 2024. Okay, last but certainly not least, slightly more expensive purchase in 2024 was this beauty. This is the Velo Orange Rando. I won't go into too many details because I've done videos on this puppy before, but I purchased this in March of 2024 and I've loved it. This is my commuter, lousy weather kind of bike. Full steel, it's got a steel fork with a French style bend. It's got an Easton EC90 crank set. It's a 1x, and it's got some ginormous dinner plate on the back. I think that's a 46. So 42, 46, 42 chainring in the front, 46 in the back. It's got Panaracer Gravel Kings on it. These are 700 by 35Cs. They are not tubeless compatible on these H Sun Plus rims. Again, I didn't want to spend too much money because this is my shitty weather kind of bike. WTB saddle, super comfortable. I love that. It's got the Velo Orange Grand Cru rim brakes, tons and tons of stopping power. The Velo Orange headset on it, excellent. Salsa handlebars, those are the cow chippers. And these are the Velo Orange bottle cages. Super happy with this bike. It is so comfortable. If you ride steel, you know. Yeah, can't say enough good things about this Velo Orange. Purchased in 2024.